Hi there, I'm Elaine, the Heart Healthy Cooking Lady. I want to show you how to make hamburger, butter beans, and mushrooms. This is something my husband's mother started making over 50 years ago, and it's still a good recipe. The only change I've made is I use ground sirloin since it has less fat than the original hamburger. It's a very satisfying meal, packed with protein, and very tasty with the addition of the mushrooms and oregano and basil. Let me show you how I do this. First of all, you have to preheat a pan over medium heat, and I've had this going for a while, so it will be nice and warm. I'm going to spray this with some cooking spray so the ground sirloin doesn't stick. Really doesn't have very much fat in it at all. And here it goes. I'm going to break this up with a safe for nonstick pan spatula. All right then, here we go. And we need to cook this until it starts to get a little bit brown. So you can see some of it's already browning up there. Keep breaking it up so the pieces are a little smaller. There we go. Oh, this is looking good. Okay. At this point, since it has started to brown, I'm going to add 2 medium onions that I've minced and 2 cloves of garlic, which are minced. I'm going to stir that around. At this point, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of dried basil and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. I'm going to sprinkle that in there and stir it around. And you'll notice the smell of the spices right away. It is so tasty. I'm also going to add 12 ounces of button mushrooms, which I've sliced up. Don't worry, these will cook down and you'll have a lot less volume of mushrooms. We're going to stir those around. And we're just going to let these cook until the mushrooms are done. By then, the hamburger will be done, as well as all the onions. So this will probably take about 5 minutes or so. But you have to stir it once in a while. And keep an eye on how dry it may be getting, because you might have to add a little bit of water depending on how fat-free your ground meat is. You don't want it sticking. Well, we'll see you in a few minutes. This is really looking good. I'm going to add the butter beans now. You'll see that the mushrooms are done. And I haven't had to add any water because the water from the mushrooms that cooks out has been plenty to keep this dish moist. So what I'm going to do now is add a 15.5 ounce can of butter beans. I've drained off some of the liqueur, but you don't want to drain all of it out or rinse them because you need to have some of the liqueur in the dish. It adds to the taste. And you're going to stir these around and just cook for maybe a minute, maybe 2 at the most, until the butter beans are heated through. You don't really need to add any salt because there's plenty in the butter beans. Okay, this has been heating through for about 2 minutes, and this looks exactly done. So what I'm going to do is turn the heat off. This makes 6 servings. So I'm going to get a 1/6 of this. This is such a satisfying meal, especially on a cold night. It's so protein packed and it's very, very tasty. If you couple this with a salad, maybe add some sauteed asparagus or some roasted broccoli, it makes a complete fabulous meal. Excuse me while I chew. It really is very good. I'm so glad that my mother-in-law started making this and that my husband told me about it and that she showed me how to make it because it's been very delicious all these years. This recipe makes 6 servings, and each serving, let me tell you the nutrition of that, each serving has 201 calories, 6 grams of fat, 22 grams of protein, only 16 grams of carbohydrate. That's not bad at all. That's all from the beans. 282 milligrams of sodium, which is a very healthy amount, and 4 grams of fiber. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Healthy Cooking Elaine, and also check out my website, healthycookingelaine.com. Until next time, here's to healthy cooking.